Wind your waist, dip it low, pop your pussy, come on show your goodies, dip it low, dip it low, dip it low, dip it low. Wind your waist, girl, dip it low, pop your pussy, make it show, drip on me, come on.
What's up, guys? DRAH here. Love you guys, by the way. Finally got around to listening to Tana Talk 3 by Benny the Butcher. I already reviewed The Plug I Met by Benny the Butcher. Dope album, no bad songs on that album, like just pure quality. Dope collabs on that album. It's a great album. Go check it out. Go check out my video if you haven't. So let's talk about Tana Talk 3 by Benny the Butcher. I want to say right off the bat, the artwork made me feel like I was going to get a real good sense of who Benny the Butcher is. I love the artwork. Again, dope artwork. The last one was, I believe, Scarface. This one's a picture of a child. Maybe it's him as a child. I don't really know. But just that artwork made me feel like, okay, we're really going to get to see who Benny the Butcher really is. And he did not fail to do exactly that. He delivered. The album starts out with an intro called Babs. It was alright, short, supposed to be, it's an intro. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Moving on to the next track, Good Night. This one, the beat was a little bit lacking for me in this one, but overall, not a bad song. 6 out of 10. So let's move on to the next track, which was Scarface vs. Sosa Part 2. This one, the beat was average to me again, really. The album started out really slow for me, beat-wise as well as lyrics and flow and all of that. I gave Scarface vs. Sosa Part 2 a 7 out of 10. And as you can see by the scores, the album starts actually picking up here. Moving into one of my favorite tracks on the album, Rubber Bands and Wait. Really love this one, really cool track. The beat was good, the lyrics, the flow, everything about this was amazing to me. I want to say this one reminded me of Jay-Z. Made me want to go listen to some Hove right away. I was like, ooh, I miss this, you know, some old Hove, you know what I mean? I really love this track. I'm a big fan of Jay-Z. Notable bar on this one, he said, turn haters into Hindus. And I just was like, whoo, whoo. I love that bar. That's like such a dope bar, such a dope concept for a bar. Just want to say, I was really happy to hear this track because the beginning of the album, like I said, was kind of slow. Picked up around here. Amazing track. I didn't put it on my playlist though, but I gave it a 9 out of 10. One of my favorite tracks on the album. Moving into Fast Eddie. The flow on this one, I felt really dropped. On these bigger albums with more tracks, you get the less quality stuff. Whereas The Plug I Met was, I think, 6 songs or something like that, and all of them good. This was about 14 tracks, I believe, and you know, you have some good, some bad. You just get that with quantity, you kind of lose a little bit of quality. Like I was saying, Fast Eddie, flow kind of dropped off here for me. I gave this track a 6 out of 10. Despite that, it was still dope, still Benny the Butcher doing his thing. Moving into Broken Bottles, this one was kind of average for me. Everything about it was just average, didn't really pop for me. Especially after Rubber Bands and Wait, you know, this one just felt really average. But despite all that, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's not a bad track. Album goes into Echo Long featuring West Side Gun and Mayhem Lauren. Yeah, I read that right. This one, dope track. I really liked it. It was the first track on the album that had a feature, and it really spun things off here. Kept me interested. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Moving into 97 Hove, really good track. I really liked this one. The flow was dope, the lyrics were dope, the beat was dope. Everything about this was dope. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Probably my third favorite track on the album, 97 Hove. Moving into Joe Pesci, 38. The message in this track was really dope. I like the beat, the lyrics, the flow, everything about this track was dope, and the message was clear, it was there, and I really felt it. I gave this track a 9 out of 10. Despite that, I didn't put it on my playlist just because it doesn't really fit with my type of what I want to hear every day, but it's still a 9 out of 10 track. I would recommend go listening to it. and maybe even, you know, you'd put on your playlist. Moving in to my favorite track on the album, not just because it's got Royce the 5'9" on it, but they were spitting crazy bars. I really like this track. It's called Who Are You? It was featuring Royce the 5'9" and Melanie Rutherford. I believe that's how you say it. Everything about this track was fire to me. The beat was dope, but it wasn't 10 out of 10 dope. I gave it the beat a 7 out of 10. But despite that, I put this one on my playlist, my favorite track on the album. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Noteworthy bars on this one. Royce the 5'9", he spat first. One of my favorite rappers of all time. He says, "I don't even know why I say I ain't gonna lie. I don't even tell lies." I thought that was really tricky. I love that. And within that same verse, he says another noteworthy bar that I love. Royce the 5'9" says, "I ain't even gonna rob you blind. I'm gonna rob you seeing." And there's more context to it. There's a whole like 2 other bars before it, but that part, I'm just saying that part. You know what I memean? Moving into the next track, 51, featuring Westside Gunn. This one, you know, it was average. It was okay. I like that it definitely sounded different. Another one of those tracks that sounded different. I think the other track I also said sounded different, had Westside Gunn on it. He's got a different type of energy and flow to him that he brings to the music. I gave this one a 6 out of 10. Right after that came a track named Rick. This one was a little bit average for me. You know, nothing special. I gave this one a 6 out of 10. I thought the lyrics were really lacking in this one. Moving on to Laying Field. You know, again, quality came back up. Very good. I'm happy because it kept me interested. I think this was the second last track on the album. I gave this one an 8 out of 10. We're moving into my least favorite track on the album, which is the last track on the album, called All 70, featuring Conway. This one just didn't rub me right, you know? Just like, I was like, It's definitely a last on the album type of track. It didn't really do much, didn't do anything for me really. I gave it a 5 out of 10. I think that's the lowest score I gave on any of these tracks. If you made it this far, thank you for listening. What am I giving this album? I don't know, what are they, shooting guns or was I beating drums? I have no idea. I gave the album a 7 out of 10 altogether. A lot less quality than the plug I met, but again, there's more tracks, so you get the quantity side of things. And none of these tracks, again, are bad. Even the last one, All 70, like I said, it's not bad. It's just, in my preference, the album could have stopped at Laying Field, and it might have got a higher score, because that last one kind of brought the score down for sure. It might have got like an 8 out of 10. But Laying Field is a dope, hard track. I really like it. We could have stopped things at Laying Field, but then, you know, All 70 is kind of like a drop off at the end. It's all good. It's all good. 7 out of 10. Not a bad score. Benny the Butcher. Thank you to my subscriber Lucky for even introducing me to Benny the Butcher. Like, I don't even know where have I been? Under a rock, probably somewhere. That's why they call me Patrick Star. Okay. Thank you guys. Always subscribe below if you're not subscribed, and watch something here probably, and then hit subscribe over here also in case you just don't want to scroll down. And leave some comments, guys. Let me know. Be like, yo, your shit sucks, bro. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take anything, man. I just need some attention. But seriously, comment below. Get involved in the community. Request some songs. I got some song requests coming. And God bless.